the heavy crossbow, the fancy-ass version of the light crossbow, with all these nice little etchings and everything. It's the rich man's crossbow, if I do say so myself. And as you can see, it's quite different from the other crossbow, and it has a crank to pull the drawstring back, so that should tell you something about its performance. Anyway, the heavy crossbow has a magazine of 1, total ammo 35, rate of fire of 20, damage of 525, accuracy of 18, stability of 19, concealment of 28, and threat of 10. So just like the other weapons in this pack, there are only 2 mods that you can have for it, an explosive bolt and a poison bolt. Of course, the poison bolt takes away from your total ammo as well as your damage, while the explosive bolt gives you a little bit of damage. Now, this thing shares pretty similar stats with the English longbow, and by pretty similar I mean the damage. If I didn't have the explosive bolt or explosive arrow on here, this would be doing around 650 damage, I believe. So they're pretty similar. Most weapons don't get this high of damage, and it's fairly accurate as well. Of course, the performance is also kind of similar in a different way, but this lower damage in the English crossbow will actually come to play in a small number of things, but it's definitely something you have to keep your eye on. And it definitely has more damage than any of these sniper rifles we have, except for the Thanatos. So it is quite a powerful weapon, and we're going to have to see how this holds up in some gameplay. For today's gameplay, I am going to be using the poison version of the heavy crossbow. So the heavy crossbow, very powerful, but also very slow. I mean, as you saw right there, the reload is pretty painful. And, well, let's actually just take a look at it. So, shoot it off. Gotta wait all the way till then, and then you can shoot again, right? I mean, you could also hold down the aim button, and then you'll start aiming sooner, but you still have the weapon sway. So, very slow reload. There is something you could do about that, though. I mean, if you pay attention to the counter on the bottom right, as soon as it goes to 1, that means you've reloaded, and you can cancel the animation, so I like sprinting out of it. When you do that, too, it makes it easier to ADS sooner, like that, see? If you just do a quick sprint, and then ADS right after, it'll be a lot easier to use than just, say, you know, letting the animation play out. Despite that, it's still a very slow weapon. And it does sport a lot of power, just like the longbow. Ooh. Yes. My little medic cove here. And of course, you still can't shoot it through windows, because that makes sense. Wasting my arrow on that damn thing. So right now I got the poison variation of this. And, well, I don't know. I think the longbow, just in general, does the special bolts better. In fact, I think the longbow is just better for a lot of things. And, well, with the longbow, it is still a very slow weapon. Like, it has a very slow drawstring time. It does have the ability to shoot before it's fully charged, and that makes it a little easier to use for multiple enemies. Whereas with this, you still have to wait for the reload. You know, you can cancel the reload, but it's still not very fast. Whereas with the longbow, it can be much faster if you just shoot before it's fully charged. So dealing with multiple enemies in that sense is already easier than the crossbow. That's a lot of people. Over. And overall, I like the performance of the explosive longbow. It's simply because it has a lot more consistency and reliability in killing. As well as the regular bolts as well, or regular arrows. Because for some reason, you know, this thing has less damage, and because of that, it's actually a little noticeable in gameplay. Didn't get him. So, I can't tell you exactly what's different, but I do know that, you know, you're not going to be able to consistently kill as many things with the crossbow as the longbow. Hello. So, I much prefer the regular and regular and explosive versions of the longbow to the crossbow. Of course, I think the reason why they gave this less damage It's just because of how easy it is to use it. You know, with the... Oh, he's vomiting. Oh, I was going to go sword him. With the longbow, you know, aiming it is hard, and you can't just pull it out after a quick weapon switch, you know, like, oh, there's a dozer, and you have to still draw the stream back to, you know, be able to shoot it or something. But with the crossbow, it's really easy, you know, just pull it out, and then, pew, just point and click. So, the ease of use of the crossbow is probably what makes it, a little bit more enticing than the longbow. But in terms of effectiveness, I think that one, the longbow stands out a bit more. So, with the poison versions of these weapons, I don't know. I mean, these things have a lot of damage already, right? So, they're going to be killing most things without needing to, without giving them time to even get poisoned. And, whoa, that's a lot of people. And because of that, I feel like it's a little bit useless to use it in this variant, because the way I see poison being useful is setting up a kill. So you poison an enemy, they're vomiting, and what you do is, you know, you'll kill them with like a melee or something. Or you could set it up for other things, like letting your grinder heal up or something like that. With this crossbow and these poison bolts, it kills them pretty fast. The only things you're not going to be able to kill with one shot is specials, usually. Oh. But I guess it is decent for specials, but I would much rather use like shurikens or something, because the poison chance is much higher, and they vomit a lot more frequently. Whereas with this, you know, they take the poison damage, but they won't always be incapacitated by the poison itself. Whew. Yeah, that reload is killer. Ah, get it, killer. Oh, I don't know how I missed that. Oh boy. Same as the other bows and crossbows. You can pick up the ammo after you shoot it for the regular and poison variants of the ammunition. Get out of here! Get out of here! God damn it! Well, I did kill him with the poison dot damage. I don't know. Personally, I don't see too much use for poison in general as a weapon mod or anything. I mean, it's usually better in this game just to outright kill them, you know? If things had enough health to survive, you know, multiple shots of any weapon in this game, then poison might be a decent modification. But since, you know, most things die with like a few shots anyway, and they die relatively fast, I feel like the use of poison is not really necessary. Help. Help. Please. Oh, lordy. Have mercy. Well. Yeah, make sure you have a good secondary with the crossbow. Alright, we can leave time. Whoa, where's it going? Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here. Don't worry. I will javelin things. And somehow not die, even though I'm just standing here. So, the crossbow, it's kind of fun, but I don't really find it all that useful. And I don't really see myself using it too much in the future either. For any of the variants. A regular bolt, explosive bolt, poison bolt. It's just eh. With poison, I would rather have shurikens and just stick with those. With explosive, I would just use one of the other two bows. And for regular, I don't know. The light crossbow does very well. And you could always just use a sniper rifle as well. Those have penetration and magazines, and you know, they're much easier to use. Wow, I actually got this pattern twice in a row now. That's kind of weird. Yeah. Second time.